Okay, welcome to our today's presentation, part 6, that includes endocrine system, the gonads and the sex gland or sex gland, and hormones that involved in menstrual cycle. Today's slide, let us start our today's slide that includes endocrine system. Endocrine system, the glands are structures that produce hormone and other useful substance. There are two types of glands that are exocrine gland, endocrine glands, and exocrine gland and endocrine glands. Exocrine glands release its secretion into its ducts. Example of exocrine glands: salivarygland, Sweatgland, Mammarygland, Pancreaticgland, and intestinal gland. We can look from this figure 3.34 the secretion of exocrine gland and endocrine glands that travel all over your body in your blood. Endocrine glands or ductless gland are gland without duct. The transports their secretion through blood vessels, produce chemical called hormones. Hormones are chemical messenger which carries information from one part of the body to the other. Hormone exert their influence on certain body called target organs. Hormone able to find target cell using specific receptors to hormone found in target cell. Hormones have a long-term effect on your body, such as growth, development, metabolism, and reproduction. Some of the endocrine glands: pituitary gland, that found in the brain, control activity of other endocrine glands. Thus, it is called master gland or an endocrine oyster. Pituitary gland secretes the following hormone: 1. Growth hormone that regulates the development of bones and muscles. Low secretion of pituitary gland is known as dwarfism, which is makes very short people, and high secretion of pituitary gland is called giantism, that is makes very tall. The other gland secreted by pituitary gland is thyroid stimulating hormone. TSH stimulates the thyroid gland to produce thyroxine hormone. The third hormone that produced by pituitary gland is gonadotrophic hormone. It is a follicular stimulating hormone, stimulates the development of egg in ovary, and the luteinizing hormone stimulates the production of progesterone in female and testosterone in male. The fourth one is antidiuretic hormone that stimulates the reabsorption of water by kidney stools. The other is oxytocin hormone that initiates uterus contractions to cause. Okay, welcome to our today's presentation, part 6, that includes endocrine system, the gonads and the sex gland or sex gland, and hormones that involved in menstrual cycle. Let us start our too much thyroxine makes metabolic rate will rise, heart beats and blood pressure rises, and also people with this condition may have loss of weight, means a thin body, irritable or restless, and heavy sweats. Low level of thyroxine makes metabolic rate decrease. People with low thyroxine feel tired, lack of energy, weight gain, miscarriage in pregnant women, reduce mental and physical development in children known as cretinism. The deficiency of thyroxine in adult women results in thyroid gland enlarges. This condition is known as goiter. Goiter prevented by including more iodine in our diets. The third endocrine gland is Parathyroidgland. There are 14 structures that found in back of the thyroid gland. Produce hormone is known as parathyroid hormones. Parathyroid hormone controls the amount of calcium in our body fluids. Calcium ion necessary for bone formations. Parathyroid hormone increases calcium ion in body fluid using the release of calcium ion from bones, absorption of calcium ions from food in small intestine, and also reabsorption of calcium ion from kidney tubules. The fourth endocrine gland is pancreas. Pancreas is both endocrine and exocrine gland. Pancreatic exocrine gland is cleaner cells secretes digestive enzyme. Pancreas also contains endocrine gland that called isolates of Langerhans. Pancreatic isolates secretes two hormones known as insulin and the glucagon. Insulin and the glucagon control blood glucose level in the body. Insulin and the glucagon are antagonistic hormone because they have opposite effect on the glucose level in the body. Insulin secreted when blood glucose level rises above the ideal range, means the glucose level becomes more decrease blood glucose level by, so insulin decrease blood glucose level by glucose is more removed by cellular respiration, increase take up of glucose by cells. Glucose is converted into glucogen in liver and muscle cells, means that glucose to glucogen. Glucose converted to fat for storage. Glucagon secreted when blood levels falls below the ideal range. Increase means that glucagon increase the blood glucose level by stimulating the conversion of glucogen into glucose, and also stimulates the formation of glucose from amino acid and fats. The deficiency of insulin and the glucagon cause this disease called diabetes. There are type 1 diabetes appeared in children. It is inherited and cannot be avoided. Type 2 diabetes appeared in a person's life, can be linked and being obscene. The fifth endocrine gland is adrenal gland, found on top of the kidney. Adrenal gland have two separate and independent parts, that is adrenal cortex, the outer layer, and adrenal medulla, the inner layer. Adrenal medulla produce a hormone called adrenal fight and flight hormone, secreted under stress, emergency, distracted, and frightened situation, important for preparing body for actions. The main change in producing adrenal is increased heart rate, increased birth rate, pupil dilate, also body hair stand. Adrenal cortex secretes complex steroid hormone called corticoids that control certain phase carbohydrate, fat, and protein metabolism. Another hormone released by adrenal cortex is aldosterone. This hormone promotes the reabsorption of sodium and chloride ion in the kidney tubules, therefore affect water and salt balance in the blood. Okay, the sixth one is the gonads or sex gland, that is found in testes and ovaries. A testis produce male sex hormone testosterone, that is known as testosterone, control male secondary sexual characteristics such as the whole body growth spurts. Testes begin to produce sperm, pubic body, and facial hair, voice deepness, and the body become more muscular. Insulin secreted when blood glucose level rises above the ideal range, means the glucose level becomes more decrease blood glucose level by, so insulin decrease blood glucose level by glucose is more removed by cellular respiration, increase take up of glucose by cells, glucose is converted into glucogen in liver and muscle cells, means that glucose to progesterone prepare uterus for implantation of the fertilized ovum, stops the development of additional egg while woman is pregnant, and prevents menstruations during pregnancy, and also so it is helps to maintain menstrual cycle. Menstruation, monthly discharge of blood and cells shed from endometrium. Menstrual cycle is a sequence of events which take place approximately every 4 weeks. Menstrual cycle occur between two coordinated events. These are the ovary and uterus. Ovaries, the graphene follicles ripens and burst, releasing a mature egg into the fallopian tube. This condition is called ovulation. The egg moves down the oviduct by muscular contraction of the oviduct wall. The uterus, also uterine wall, prepared to receive zygote or fertilized egg. After ovulation, the follicle changes into corpus luteum. Corpus luteum produces a hormone known as progesterone. If the egg is fertilized, progesterone stimulates thickening of the wall of uterus, stimulating development of new blood vessels in uterus, and also stops further ovulation. If the egg is not fertilized, the ovum dies, the wall of uterus breaks down, and menstruations occurs. Hormones that involved in menstrual cycles are the hormones that produced by pituitary gland, which is follicular stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone stimulates the development of egg in ovary and stimulates the ovary to produce estrogen. When the luteinizing hormone stimulates the release of egg from ovary and stimulates the ovary to produce progesterone. The other is the hormones that produced by ovary, estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen is responsible for development of feminine traits, and progesterone is prepared uterus to implantation for fertilization egg and the both. The other both, estrogen and progesterone, decrease after ovulation. Okay, my students, in next slide or in next presentation, part 7, we will see about reproductive health. Until that, subscribe, like, share, comment my video. Thank you for listening. Let us see together next slide.